Alright, y'all. I was walking through the square, I heard a train horn. I hear one to my right. I hear him again. He's off in that direction, so I think he's out there prisonering. And I'm gonna walk down here where the depot was and I'll catch him coming in. If I can get a signal, I'll look at it too, but it's way down there behind those trees. Got beautiful sky. We do have a chemtrailer activity up there. You can see that street there, and you got one over there. Plus them two big ones. So they probably been spraying it since it's been going across Georgia. They probably started in Alabama, y'all. Y'all look up chemtrails and do your research on them. This is not good. Our military needs to stop what they're doing. They're trying to help rush out thaw out the seaports, which they got them thawed out so they're ready for World War III. They want to get that war started with Russia. Alright, go do your research, y'all. Alright. I don't see anything. He's still a good ways away. Let me get over to the track and see what type of signal I can see. Alright, we got two red signals down there, so maybe he's gonna come in and stop. I don't know. Alright, let me get out of here. Alright, I walked away from the track and I hear noise now. Sounds like he's coming in and going to stop. Looks like a manifest train. So he's probably got to sit here, probably going to get a train out of Greenwood in a little bit. I hope it ain't like yesterday. It was after dark yesterday or the day before. He's rolling in, got a stop signal at the north end. He's not going to go fast. Cutting out his headlights, he knows he's got a train meet here in a little bit, I bet. I'll walk down and check the other signals out and see what we got coming in. Alright, he's got his train stop, or the computer does. Alright, I'm going to walk down and check the other end out and see what the signals look like, y'all. Alright, thank you. Alright, there's our signal. Green, red, red. That's a stop signal. I mean, that's a clear signal. Sorry about that. So we got a train coming out of Greenwood from our left. Heavy coming across the Highway 72 bridge there. Heading south. Going across Rose Hill, going to the depot. And we got another train sitting down there. Alright, thank you. Alright everybody, we got a train sitting at the depot. And he's waiting on this train coming out of Greenwood. I heard him blowing the horn. I couldn't really judge. I was listening to him way out Secession, which means he's about 5 miles away. Or is he just at the bottom of the hill, which is probably about a mile or 2 miles away. I'm not sure. Alright. I'm going to pause this. And when I hear him get closer, I'll start her up again. Alright, thank y'all. Alright, lights coming up the hill. I see a bunch of covered hoppers. I'm assuming this is a manifest freight. I'm sorry, I'm trying to look at over the top of my camera and not looking at my camera. Alright, I'm gonna step back out of the way, y'all. Thank you. Alright, I'm gonna come up here. I can step back further. Maybe you get a better view of the cars. But another thing I'm working to is when he goes by, they got to line the switch for the side to catch that other train, and I'm going to try to catch the switch moving. Bunch of covered hoppers. These all look like grainers to me. Center beam. Those carry sheetrock, plywood, or lumber, whatever. Hot. I don't know what that is. That's all hot, but they're empty. These are all empty. Empty. Definitely empty. Another empty one. Another empty one. These will be going down and getting steel in Alabama, and they'll bring the steel parts back. Alright. These types probably carry like plastic, or might be sugar, or flour, or whatever. More grainers here. Bathtub gone. They run like wood chips and stuff in those cars, but they're empty now. And they make particle wood parts out of them. Arthur Daniel Millen, ADMX. These are grainers. Vera Sun Energy. Alright, let me tell y'all something. You see on these pockets, these hanging down? You look at them, they got the little squares on them. Those little squares carry vibrators. You might be able to see it better this way. But right down here on these bay doors, like I guess you call them, you can hang a vibrator on there to help vibrate the load out. And the vibrator is something that looks kind of like a router, and it'll slide down in those catches and it'll hold it in position, won't allow it to go nowhere. Got some steel going to Alabama, probably for the shipyards and stuff down there. That's some thick stuff there. That looks like about 2 inches thick, y'all. Molten sulfur in these cars, but that looks like a corrosive there. Molten sulfur, they're mixing them up, I guess. Phosphoric acid. Phosphoric acid. That's pretty corrosive. Into the train. Alright, let me walk down here to the switch and hopefully we can catch it lining up. I hear him blowing his horn. But he's way up past Red Street. He's already at the top of the hill. So I'm going to say that's probably about a 2-mile long train. But he's just not getting to Red Street, and he's only like 1.5 miles. I don't know. There's our switch. Trains out of the switch circuit. There's the other train sitting down there. And let's see. Alright, I'm going to pause it for a second. Alright, let's look around at the switch a little bit while we're here. I can hear the engine of the last train. He's out by Prisman now. He's still pulling the hill. When he gets over the hill, it'll get quiet, but he's making a bunch of noise, so he's on this side of the hill. Alright. That's the switch motor over there. But if you see the handle on the right, that means it can be locally controlled once you get permission from the dispatcher in Jacksonville, Florida. This switch and these signals are all controlled by that metal building. That's where your relays and your battery and your power hooks up. They got a satellite that they talk to Jacksonville with. At least these controls do. I guess these things are made in Cleveland. They got Cleveland written on them. In the shadow it says B4861. And then it's got like 8-foot mark or 8-inch mark. I'm not sure. But I assume what these are for. You notice you got spikes up to there. But when you get there, you got that metal plate in the middle of it. And if you notice over there, you can't put spikes on the inside. So this has to take care of the outside and the inside. It's got to hold it in position. He can't push it and lean it over or whatever. I don't know what that little yellow thing is. I had to ask somebody about that. But I'm going to say that rigid bar there and that rigid bar there is to help to keep the gauge on this track and everything. The center one is your pull. You can see the crank over there. It'll pull it or push it, open or close the switch. Well, wait for the guy in Jacksonville to mash the button and get this thing to start working. Alright, if you look up there, I don't want to walk away from this until he switches it, y'all. So I might just pause it just so I'm not standing here yakking. Alright, hold on. Thank y'all. Wait a minute, I'll be back. I'll tell you what, it's been a while. He still hasn't switched this track yet. I need to go back and check my signal. He might have another one coming up from behind me. Alright, let me walk back in and check that. Alright, thank y'all. Alright, I went and looked at it. It's still stopped, so he doesn't have another train following him. I guess he's just being slow at switching his track and paying attention. I don't know. I don't know at this point how fun it would be to be an engineer and conductor on the train. You're sitting here waiting for a track to get switched so you can go home. Alright, let me pause it again. Alright, we got a clear signal. So we got a southbound to coming to Abbeville. We still got a train sitting on the siding down there. So that'll be 3 trains today. Alright, thank y'all. Let me zoom this in for you. Green over red, southbound. So that's the train out of Greenwood. And we got a chem trailer up there. See how long that trail is? That's not normal, that's dust that they blow out. And they use it to mess with the weather and cool the weather off and everything. Alright, let me get back to what I'm doing. I'm looking at trains and signals. Alright, still no train that I know of. Alright, thank you. Alright, y'all, we got us a train coming. I don't know what he is. He's coming out of Greenwood, got a fresh crew. He's honking at us. Yes. Lots of flat spots on this one, y'all. Alright, bottom end coming up. EOT's flashing. End of train device. Alright, I seen that coal train come through the other day. That's the second time I've ever seen that coal train. I hope somebody can start looking up the numbers on it and stuff. I talked about him the other day. He was going to GSTX or something like that. They're all new reporting marks on it. They scrubbed the old name off and put the new ones on. Alright, let's see if this thing changes. Alright, I'm going to pause. If it switches, I'll turn it back on, y'all. I hear the radio talking over there. Maybe the dispatcher's going to line the switch now. I don't know. Still talking. How are y'all today? Having a good time? All right, we got a clear signal southbound, which means we got another freight train coming out of Greenwood. They got clear Greenwood up to make room for this one to come in because he's got to do some switching over there. But yeah, they want to keep everything out of Greenwood they can, so they got a train coming through that can leave. They're going to make it leave. Change the crew real quick. Make room for this one. All right, thank y'all. Alright y'all, I went and stopped, got something to eat at KFC. We had 2 locomotives come through, and we got all these flat cars. These look like 75 footers. Whole train of these things. I can't tell if they got loads on. I can't see any loads on them or nothing, but TPDX, I don't know what these cars are for. HTTX, HTTX, DODX, TPDX. DODX is Department of Defense. So this might be DODX, might be going to pick up military equipment. DODX, DODX, DODX. Still on DODX, or I assume this was a military train. DODX. I see the northbound has got its headlights on. DODX. TPDX. TPDX. I went to KFC to get something to eat. I've been sitting here all this time, got hungry. He's going over the switch now. You can hear him banging on the frog. So maybe we'll see the switch this time. Red, red, red on the signals. Alright, train's already at Red Street, so that means he's a mile past the Alright, track is switching. Lining up for the siding, y'all. Alright, switch is lined. We're ready for our train to head out this way. I'm gonna walk back to the table, y'all. I'll catch him when he comes down. I gotta find a place to put my food down. So I got both hands to film with. It looks like it's still sitting there. He's got a track switch, now he's waiting on the signal, I bet. I've got a little picnic table down here. I'm gonna set my food on, then I'll get out here and start filming again. Hold on, I'll pause it for a little bit. I can't tell, it looks like he's moving a little bit. He's not gonna move fast, but yeah, he's moving. I can see him. His lights wink out when it goes behind that signal mast down there. Alright, I'm going to step back because I got better light down here for the train, I think. I might walk on up. It looks like pretty good light up there. He can't move too fast. He's slowly taking off. But things ought to start pushing them when the brakes lock release on the cars. They're pushing them downhill, so he ought to pick up speed pretty quick. Alright, he's probably been sitting there about 2 hours, 2.5 hours. I filmed him a while ago when he came in. I forget what time it is.